What's up, everybody? This is Zack, aka Zacky, creator of July Radio and many more podcasts and the website is zack.coffee. That's ZACK.CUFFE. This is coffee with Zack in English. So let's go ahead and drink some coffee. That's better. I have some tea as well, and I have a croissant downstairs, but I guess I'll leave the croissant after I finish this video. Uh, I'm wearing my Stade Rennais wristband because Stade Rennais had a big battle with Lorient over the weekend, and unfortunately, they lost 4-0, which was really very frustrating, especially because Stade Rennais is just so strong, and every time they have a strong player, they migrate somewhere else. They go, for example, the last amazing player that was at Stade Rennais fled to Marseille, and he went to Marseille, and he was wearing the number 10. So let's, how do I say his name? How do I spell his name? What Stade Rennais player moved to Marseille? Number 10. Amin, of course. Amin Gouiri. Amin Gouiri is was number 10, and he left for Olympique de Marseille. So, unfortunately, Olympique de Marseille did not win the Champions League. It was PSG that won the Champions League, but obviously this year, Olympique de Marseille is going to be very strong. Now, a lot of this is boring to you guys because I'm speaking in English. I'll have to keep those details for the French video, Coffee with Zacky in French. So that's for the next video. So that's the video for Tuesday. This is the video for Monday, August 25th. And I have to go straight into the show. I do want to mention a couple of cool things. But before I get started, I'm wearing a Cincinnati Reds hat. And just as a sign of respect, we're going to wear a San Francisco Giants hat because of the many fans around the world and around the country who are fans of the San Francisco Giants, especially, of course, Kamala Harris, who was the vice president of the United States for numerous years, a very long time, for about 4 years, and we unfortunately did not have a we did not have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for a second term because of the problem of Trump and the MAGA cult and all that nonsense, where they hijacked the elections, and it was really very sad and very scary. But big shout out to Kamala Harris. Here's the San Francisco Giants hat. I love to go to San Francisco. I can't afford it. I don't have the gas money, and I definitely need a new car. So hopefully I can get the new car as soon as possible so that I can travel between here and San Francisco more often. Whenever I get some more better transportation to get between the two cities and travel hopefully to Y Combinator events, La French Tech SF events, startup events, find a venture capitalist, find a angel investor or whatever, and all that stuff. Okay, so shout out to San Francisco Giants. Okay, now I can wear my Cincinnati Reds hat again. As you know, I've been always a fan of the Cincinnati Reds. I've been to a game a long time ago when I used to work retail, when we worked in media play with the staff. We had an amazing manager who took us to a game, and it was amazing. We all just hung out and we were just watching the game, and it was my first time at a baseball game. It was pretty fun. I have some cool, it's been a while since I've done a show and tell, so I'm gonna go ahead and just mention that, especially for the younger crowds, if you have kids or if you have younger siblings, please understand that there's a lot of rated E for everyone games. So Sackboy is a great rated E for everyone game. Be sure to check it out. It's amazing. I believe it is 4 players. Yes, you can play it up to 4 player. Great game. So be sure to check it out. Crash Team Racing, amazing game. You can play up to 4 players. Yes, that's right. 4 players. Very amazing game. And if you can check out the latest Crash game, there's a Crash Brawl game. So you can all fight one another, kind of like Super Smash Brother on the Nintendo. So it's a really great game. Speaking of baseball, there's a new version of the show. I don't know if that the show 25 or 26, but if you like baseball, this is the baseball game to have. This is the special edition, which is, you know, it's just really goes to show. Really, I guess you can call it the BLM Black Lives Matters edition. It's the best edition to own, and it really would mean a lot if you buy this edition. And you know, it's a very limited edition. It's very hard to get. I don't think you can get it anymore, but if you can find your way to get a copy of it, be sure to get it because it really means a lot, and you don't know how much it means to African Americans when you show them a sign of respect in any field, especially in the work field, because I don't know how else to tell you guys, but some of the things that they face on a day-to-day basis is that when they go to work, and people who gossip when those people, when those African Americans leave the crowd, then the rest of the staff or coworkers of that nature, they use the N word and they just call that person by the N word. It can be at all levels. It can be in retail, it can be in corporate, it can be in the entertainment industry, it can be in the movie industry, it can be just about everywhere. And one of the industries where obviously the only industry I care about is obviously the presidential world is that there were people in the government who were calling Barack Obama the N word. And that really pisses me off. That pisses me off a lot. I don't know how else to explain to you guys because obviously I face discrimination in my line of work where I can't find work in the tech industry. So instead of calling myself Zacky, I call myself Zack, Z-A-C-K. But it's really frustrating to me. And another person that was facing discrimination as a black individual was obviously Charles C.Q. Brown, who was in the United States Air Force, and they made him retire after 40 years of service. They didn't let him go to 41 years, and that was really insulting, very much insulting. Another great figure who had to retire was SecDef Lloyd Austin III of the Department of Defense. You know, he shouldn't have had to retire. He was full of experience. He was the most experienced person at the Pentagon. So just a big shout out pretty much to these three guys, Barack Obama, Charles C.Q. Brown, Lloyd Austin III. And, you know, when we always turn our watch like this for a couple seconds and turn them off, let's give a big shout out to Denzel Washington. As you know, Denzel Washington is working on the next Equalizer movies, Equalizer 4 and 5. So big shout out to you, and we look forward to those movies. And I can't wait for the next movies that you work on, especially also your kid. I know your kid is in the movie industry, so I hope he does wonderful movies in the future as well. Anyway, moving on, let's go ahead and, oh look, I got a Dragon Ball Z Blu-ray over here. I really wish I had the Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, or the Dragon Ball Z, the whole collection on Blu-ray, but I can't afford it. But the nice thing is you can get it on what you would call Crunchyroll or on Hulu. I think you can watch those episodes of Dragon Ball Z, so, especially Crunchyroll. So it's very nice and very cool. For all you guys who are Naruto, a lot of people are watching Naruto on, I think, on Netflix or on Crunchyroll. Don't forget about the movies. There's a lot of movies. I don't think I haven't seen all the movies, but this is the last movie. This is the Naruto, the last movie, which is this is the bridge between Naruto to Boruto. And I know a lot of you guys are upset with me about Boruto because I haven't got to read all the Twin Vortex, Blue Vortex books, and that's not my fault, guys. I haven't had an allowance in about a year. So it's been a year that I haven't had my $800 a month allowance. So it's been really frustrating. I haven't been able to buy books or buy games or anything like that, or buy gas for my car, or buy anything of that nature. Quick reminder, I'm looking on the telly over here. I have a reminder. Please remember to get yourself vaccinated from RSV, if you fall into that category. If you are a young infant, a young toddler, or if you're a elderly person. So I'll make a note of that, and I'll make sure to include that in the Thursday post for medicine. As you know, on Thursday we talk about medical stuff. So let me go ahead and make a note. Okay, let's make a note here. Mention RSV vaccine for Thursday. It's a very important vaccine to have, especially if you have young toddlers or um, if you have elderly folks. Okay, so that was enough show and tell. Yes, a funny note is, as you know, I love Holland. I love the Netherlands. I love everything in Holland. So big shout out to Max Verstappen, who's going to be at Formula One this weekend for the Dutch Grand Prix. I won't be able to watch the new movie Formula One on Apple TV because I can't afford it. It's $25 and I don't have the means to pay for it. So I'll have to wait until it's on streaming. But I was looking through some old stuff and look what I have here. I have 3 CDs, which is 538, 5 Dance Mash from 2016, Volume 1, Volume 2, and 2016 Festival Edition. So, can you believe that this is like a time capsule where some of the greatest song from the year 2016 from Dance Mash 5 which is a radio station in Holland. So I will look forward to look out some of these songs and maybe I'll add them to a future episode of JLI Radio so we can kind of travel to the past and listen to some of these songs from 2016. As you know, 2016 was a very hard year for me. That's the year I turned 33, and it was about 9 years ago. 9 years ago, and I felt a very tough heartbreak and very lost. Very much betrayed at work and exploited at work as well. It was terrible. But we'll just go into that time capsule and listen to these CDs and be sure to check them out. As always, Holland is also a very important country because they're in charge of NATO right now. The leader of NATO is from Holland. So very interesting fact. So be sure to check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get into the show and start reading these stories. I have to get going. It's already pretty late here. So let's get into it. All right. Okay. First story of the day: how much of Gaza has Israel destroyed? This is by The Economist. Very sad story. Now that I have my subscription of The Economist, thank you. I'm able to read all these articles, and they're great content, really important. So thank you for raising awareness some more about Israel and Palestine and how much destruction there is and how we need a ceasefire and a two-state solution. Now, this is a video, I believe, if I remember correctly. Let me go ahead and go back to it. Yeah, it's a short video and it explains the situation. So it's like 3 minutes long. So be sure to check it out. Up next, we have a video called The Pushkin Heist: Who is Stealing Rare Editions of Russian Classics? This is by 1843 magazine. Be sure to read that article. Up next, Short Circuit: America's Fragmented Semiconductor Policy. This is by The Economist podcast. This is a great podcast. Be sure to check it out. As you know, America is in trouble right now because Intel Corporation has fallen behind and is no longer one of the top 10 semiconductor companies, and they have to catch up and be back to that level. So there's a lot of things that have been done, and especially with the fact that the U.S. government has bought a 10% stake into the Intel Corporation. We'll see if that turns out as a good thing. It's might be problematic, but that's another story for the future. Next story: EIU's Livability Index is now available through Snowflake Marketplace. The index scores of 173 cities across 5 key categories, including infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Learn more about the EIU, so be sure to read out that story. Up next, a good rivalry can elevate your brand. This is by Harvard Business Review, so be sure to check out the story. Up next, Israel pound Gaza City in preparation for planned offensive. This is by BBC. Be sure to check it out. Up next, exclusive first human screwworm case in U.S. traced to person in Maryland who traveled from Guatemala. Sources say this is by Reuters. Up next, Israel has destroyed more than 1,000 building in Gaza City. The civil defense is by Al Jazeera News. Up next, how to watch a movie. It's by The New Yorker. Up next, arguing over hunger in Gaza is kind of obscene. UNICEF officials say by Politico. Up next, 2 Taliban fighters killed in Takar attack, say AFF. This is by Afghanistan International. Up next, the framework desktop and Linux have shown to be a path to PC gaming in the living room. This is by The Verge. Up next, what kids don't want you to know about Gen Alpha culture. This is by Vox. Up next, Netflix K-pop Demon Hunters is probably the biggest movie in theaters by TechCrunch. Up next, The Case Against Human in Space. This is by MIT Technology Review. Up next, a career path many college grads counted on is getting harder to come by. This is by Business Insider. Up next, 2 months until ADE, 2 weeks left to save on your ADE Pro Pass. Join the biggest global network of music professionals in Amsterdam this October. Your ADE Pro Pass gives you access to keynotes, panels, new and exclusive network hubs such as the luxury Rosewood Amsterdam, 5 days of free public transport with GVB, and much more benefits. Up next, it's still the same article. Explore the full range of ADE Pro benefits and secure your way in Rove via the link below. It's by LinkedIn. Up next, Trump manufactured crisis to justify plan to send more National Guards to Chicago. Leading Democrats says, this is by the Guardian. Up next, SpaceX, nothing to do with Space Force. SpaceX postpones a critical 10th test launch of Mars rocket. This is by the New York Times. And I made a comment saying, they argued over the price of an all options latest Midnight Blue Tesla Model S to someone who does software updates. These are the consequences. And then I put the hashtag Intel Quantum. Up next, European Postal Services suspend shipment of packages to U.S. over tariffs. Huffington Post. Then I said, do you want packages to resume? Find my damn package from Airbnb France. It's a book. Up next, what parents lose when they don't read to their kids. This is by The Atlantic. Up next, former CIA Director Petraeus says Putin is the obstacle to peace in Ukraine. This is by 538. Up next, Chicago leaders denounce Pentagon plans for military deployment in city as unlawful and necessary. This is by The Washington Post. Up next, Irish band kneecap chant Free Palestine at Paris concert despite criticism. This is by Le Monde. Up next, by Mashable, who is actually using Threads. This is the app by Facebook. I kind of wonder the same thing. Who is using Threads? I'm not on Threads. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter. And mainly Twitter. Up next, swatting, shooting, and sextortion. The FBI is warning parents about the COM. This is by Vice. Very important article for parents. Be sure to check it out. Up next, Trump's DC takeover is scaring immigrants' parents out of taking kids back to school. It's by The Intercept. Up next, here's what made Hurricane Katrina one of the worst storms in U.S. history. It's by National Geographic. Up next, millions in West facing dangerous heat waves amid multiple wildfires by NPR. Up next, how is immigration enforcement affecting Sacramento's Asian American Pacific Islanders communities? This is by Cap Radio News. Up next, une bande dessinée inédite de Joe Sacco. This is by Gaza, Le Monde Diplomatique. Up next, by Foreign Policy, the future of the dollar lies within. Up next, Foreign Affairs, the weaponized world economy. Up next, by the Diplomat Regional Intelligence Analyst. This is by APAC, APAC, not the other bad APAC, the APAC of the Israel APAC. That's a very dangerous one. This is APAC means Asian. Asian Pacific. APAC means Asian Pacific. There's a job there, so if you want to get that job, why don't you get it and move over there? Great opportunity. Are undersea cables a backdoor for espionage against the U.S.? This is by the Cipher Brief. Up next, the l'événement Chine-France officier itinérant, débriefing critique les modus operandi des services secrets chinois pour infiltrer la DGSE. This is by Intelligence Online in French. Very important topic. The Pursuit of Life Where It Seems Unimaginable. This is by Quantum Magazine. Up next, NASA SpaceX CRS-33 by NASA. Up next, African authorities dismantle massive cybercrime and fraud networks, recover millions. This is by Interpol. There's also, I mentioned, massive amounts of petitions sent to Interpol offices worldwide continue demanding for an Interpol red notice on Netanyahu. And as always, Police Academy, the main actor of the movie series, is turning 67 this year. So it's amazing. We need a 1967 two-state solution to Palestine and Israel. It's really important. Up next, NORAD F-16s intercept Russian spy plane near Alaska 2 days in a row. This is by Air and Space Force magazine. Up next, At Altitude Podcast, Airlift Strategic Advantage. This is by Airman magazine. Up next, the 5 most popular K trucks getting mega love from American mini truck fans by Border Trend. Up next, September 2025, Dustin Shaw's stunning MK1 Scirocco on Alterman's wheels graces September's covers by Performance VW. All right, and then I mentioned how I told everybody what's up. It's a brand new week. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I had a great time. I did a very big mission on Hogwarts Legacy. It was wonderful, and I want to play the man who erased his name. This is the RGD Studio Sega game, but I want to live stream it. So hopefully in September I'll be able to, because my data will reset for Xfinity. And I had the big surprise that I may attend the Oasis reunion tour in Los Angeles, but unfortunately I don't even have $20 in my pocket. So at least I have like $800 in my allowance, which I've not received in a year. I can't really go. I need to have some cash on me. It's too dangerous to be at a festival without cash on yourself. I'm going to stay in Sacramento and look for a business partner to help me buy my first new car ever and document it. And maybe Joe Law, his name is his hashtag, his nickname is Pikachu P Car. See if he wants to help, because I want to do that, and I want to do what I can to help him get that Fujiwara Tofu Bistro back up and running. Maybe whether it's in Fremont or in another city. It would be nice if it would be in Elk Grove. That would be amazing in Sacramento. But for that, I need a new car and I need a new gas card. And then I said it's going to be a new vlog, which I'm recording right now. Okay, guys, so that's it for the video. We're already at the almost 23-minute mark. I have to almost end it there because because it's late, and then tomorrow I have to record my French video. But I'm really excited about finding these old CDs, and like I said, just like I heard the rumors that the younger crowds are basically ripping Jelly Radio episodes onto CDs on mixtapes, and then they're listening to it because they don't have Spotify, or they're not allowed to have an iPhone or a phone that has Spotify, so they're listening on CDs, or they're getting an iPod type device, and they're just putting all those MP3s and just listening to those episodes of July Radio. That makes me all warm and fuzzy inside, that I have fans from all over. But don't worry, for the younger crowd, if you have a Tumblr account, and that means if you're younger, you can go on EDM Library, which is edmlibrary.tumblr.com, and I have older episodes of Jelly Radio, and they're kind of younger because you're still young. But in the future, I'll keep on adding episodes, and eventually you'll have the latest episodes. But right now, you're still young, you're still growing up. Just enjoy those older episodes of Jelly Radios, and eventually you'll listen to the new ones. But yeah, really excited about these 5D Art Radio 5D Art CDs, and they were amazing. I used to listen to them all the time, listen to the radio station all the time, and unfortunately, for a little bit, they used to make fun of me every time I used to listen to them. Like, oh, look at this idiot who thinks he's all that, and basically I had to. They're just saying, or Spring Guy or whatever, but now they give me a little bit more respect, and I hope that now that Netherlands is in charge of NATO, they understand that when I talk, it's important, and I want to be at Amsterdam dance event. I want to be ADE 2025 or the next one, and I want to fly KLM. I want to be in Amsterdam, and I want to be connecting with all the other DJs. I want to collaborate. I want to make all kinds of singles or albums or whatever, remixes, and just hang out with everybody and just meet everybody. It would be so much fun. And I always wanted to do the movie The Terminal. The movie The Terminal, you remember with Tom Hanks, who talks about his dad who loved jazz, and he had a little box, he had a little can, and inside he would get a signature of all his favorite jazz musicians, and he would keep all their signatures inside the box of everyone except for one guy. And then by the end of the movie, he saw the last guy, and he got the last signature, and he had a little box with all the signatures. And that was my dream. I wanted to have a box with all the signatures of all my favorite DJs, all hundreds DJs, and they were supposed to just. I used to collect their signature. Like I used to do that when I was in Columbus when they used to be there, and I was a promoter. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of my boxes that had all the signatures because when I moved, when I got when me and my ex-wife got into an argument, and now we were divorced, and I had to leave the house, and now I'm back with my parents. But I lost a lot of these signatures, and I even had signatures from like Mark Farina. I had Above and Beyond. I had all kinds of these signatures. So I hope that I could do that again. They were supposed to surprise me and send me a box with 100 signatures of all the top 100 DJs or all the DJs in the world to send me their signatures. But I know someone at the post office was always stealing that box every time they would try to get this done. So it was really frustrating me. It was really pissing me off. Every time they would try to send me a package, someone was stealing the box. And it was really annoying. So basically, I listened to an Audible version of Fight Club, and I said, I suggest you don't steal my mail again because I want those DJ signatures. Just like the movie Terminal, and the guy who does this amazing mosaic painting into the airport. I'm in a similar fashion. I want that box with all the DJ signatures. I want to be a DJ mag. I want to be featured. I want an article about Chillax Radio. I want to be doing an interview and everything. So now I'm not getting around. You guys are insulting me. You guys have exploited me. Now I'm in business. So we're going to find the person at USPS who's been stealing my mail. They're going to go to prison. They're going to go to prison, and there's going to be zero tolerance policy because I really needed those packages, and I told them to stop stealing from me. It's really frustrating. Chillax Radio has over 3,800 episodes. Right now I have Chillax Radio 3,800. It's a very big milestone. It's the biggest podcast in the world. It has more reach than Armin van Buuren's State of Trance, which is only at 1,240. I have double the amount of episodes than he does. And like I said, I need some respect over here. I need some respect. You need to put me in the DJ Mag Top 100. You don't put me in the DJ Mag Top 100 this year again, more and more of those staff members are going to get fired. They're going to get fired. They will get a taste of their own medicine. I told you this was important. I know people are listening to the podcast, and I want to be on the DJ Mag magazine. It has to happen. Take me seriously. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And I know you guys know that I love Batman, and I know that there's going to be another Batman trilogy. But first, there's the Batman 2, which is the next Batman with the guy from the Twilight movies. But I'm trying to get that Tenet trilogy going as well. And I know you guys don't know this, but I'm also trying to work on the Interstellar trilogy, which would be fun to do. But those are for the future. Like I said, like my motto is, I have seen the future. I suggest you listen. Very mysterious. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please make a donation to my PayPal, paypal.me/IamZacky. I'm have a GoFundMe as well, which I'm looking for. I'm trying to buy myself a new car, really important. And if you can, send some donations, $1 here and there. Really means a lot because I need a smartwatch for my for my Nothing phone. My Nothing phone needs the smartwatch, so I can for a step counter and all this and that for walking and all this. It's great and help me lose the little dad bod belly over here again. Okay, thanks guys and gals, and a big shout out to Max Verstappen for this weekend. Oracle Red Bull Racing. I hope you do well on your track at the Dutch GP. I hope you win, and I'll find the time. I might not be able to live stream, but at least I'll play a little bit of a F1 24 on the PlayStation 5 and F1 Manager 24 on the PlayStation 5 as well. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really means a lot. And big shout out, as always, Kevin Rose, Alex Albrecht, Dig.com is back up and running. I have the app. I'll make sure to sign up. And big shout out to your app, Notion, that you love very much. But yeah, a big shout out to Kevin Rose and Alex Albrecht's wives who keep up with all their shit. And I appreciate you both for being patient because they're geeks. They love everything geeky, just like I do. Hashtag geeks, nerds, otakus. So big shout out to Summer Tomatoes and Alex Albrecht's wife, which is her name is, I believe her name is Heather. Okay. Anyway, talk to you guys later. And yes, I know I've been neglecting my Nintendo, but I promise I will play more Nintendo, not just for Mario, not just for Zelda, but for Advance Wars 1 and 2 Boot Camp. And we hope that there's an announcement for Advance Wars Dual Strike return on Nintendo DS, Nintendo Switch 1 or 2, and Advance Wars Days of Ruin, and Advance Wars 3, the next one, next chapter. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Until next time. Oh, before I forget, I have to say something else. I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Let me see. I have to look it up. Oh, yes. I've written an article. It's for the future. It's for Tuesday. It's on my Medium account. So you need to have a Medium account. It's about Death Stranding. I'm talking about the ending of Death Stranding 2. So there's spoilers, hashtags, there's spoiler tags because I go into very much details as to why I was upset with the ending, because there's some good parts about the ending and there's some bad parts about the ending. So I'm really frustrated, but I need you guys to read the whole content. There's about 6,000 words. It's made into 4 parts, and I just go into full details as to why the story was really nice, because it helped me deal with my grief of the miscarriage I had with my ex-wife, R.I.P. Audrey. But like I said, there's some other aspect of the ending where I did not appreciate, but that we did get to kill Higgs, and that was amazing. I was really happy about that. Okay, talk to you guys later. I'll gotta go. Bye bye. Until next time.